Welcome to Midweek Mom Talk with the Mom Next Door. I'm Pam Fields. I'm a mother to 9 and a grandma too. During this time, I'm going to share with you some of the ways that I've learned to navigate in a busy and full household. Often, we don't feel well equipped, but we were made to mother and to be successfully tending the fields of our homes. So let's get down to it and have a chat about the practical parts of family life. So this past week, we had a harvest party, and there was a young mom there who just wanted to sit and chat for a little bit, but she was constantly getting pulled away by her little ones. And she looked at me and said, "How do I ever get any time to be still or be quiet? They always want me with them." And so in the brief few minutes that we had to talk, I kept trying to think of ways to redirect her children. Motherhood is really intense. We can feel like we really don't have time to breathe or to relax. But let's take a step back and think about this. Number one, God has given us all 24 hours in the day. We don't need any more or any less time. It's the perfect number of hours in the day. By the way, your kids are actually the perfect fit for you too. Don't feel like there are too many or they're too close in age or this or that. God ultimately was the creator of their lives, and no matter how He brought them into your world and the timing of that, we simply need to trust Him for it. So we have 24 hours in a day and a lot to pack in. So number one, what are your priorities? Many years ago, when my children were small, we attended Bible study fellowship. And in their children's class, they taught them this little song. Good morning, God. This is your day. I am your child. Show me your way. And you know what? Ever since I learned that song in the children's program, it's kind of been my morning anthem because it really helps me think about my priorities in the day. And I have all sorts of lists of things to do. I have plans of things I want to get done, people I want to connect with, homeschooling to get done, whatever. But really, I need to take my day, each day, one, with the heart of thanksgiving, thanking God for the day that I have, and then acknowledging that I want to do what He wants me to do today. And I want the plans and His purposes to be what leads me and not my own. So with that being the foundation that we build on, I just want to download my brain a little bit of some real practical ways to be able to have a moment of quiet, to have a few minutes that you can step away and read a Bible verse. You can just close your eyes for 5 minutes or get a little bit of something accomplished without somebody at your ankle. So there's some activities that need a little bit of prep time and honestly, a little bit of cash to put down. So this morning, I stopped by Walmart and I picked up some jigsaw puzzles for my children because they needed something to keep them busy for a little bit. But depending on the ages of your children, that'll determine what you have to set them loose on. Some things require more interaction, more hands-on, but there's every age. You can find something for every age. So work ahead and think about some things that can keep them busy without your supervision. A couple really fun ideas. One really cheap one is I keep a package of pipe cleaners on hand. And it is a mess, but as many projects are with kids, right? But sometimes if I need to just grab some extra time, I break open a package of pipe cleaners and sit down and show them a couple things, like imagine a stick figure man like you draw, imagine it with pipe cleaners, or make a flower. Just get their imagination going, get that imagination juices flowing. Another thing that I've done that is minimal cost, but again, clean up at the other end, is getting spaghetti, like cheap, the thick kind, not angel hair. Like get the thick kind of cheap spaghetti and then those little tiny mini marshmallows and use that for a building tool. You can make structures like house structures. You could make a car out of marshmallows and dry spaghetti. I'm talking dry spaghetti. And pro tip is to put down a great big queen size sheet on the floor or underneath your table before you do that, because it is going to be a mess. And when you're done, you just want to like pick up the corners and take it out and dump it in your trash can. But in the meantime, wow, they can be busy for a really long time, and you'll have to teach them first how to poke the ends of the spaghetti into the marshmallow to use them like as connecting points. Okay, so again, depending on the ages of your children, you're going to want to do these in different ways. I've actually bought bright orange yarn or bright yellow yarn for my kids and just given them the whole ball and not a pair of scissors. I just say, you know what? Start on one side of the room and you go all over the place. You're going to make yourself a laser room. And so they can just string this yarn back and forth, all the crazy spots, and it looks like a big spider web in their room. Or whatever room you choose, the living room, whatever. Maybe a room you don't want to sit in anytime soon. I'll add that. And then after they get done creating this amazing web of yarn lasers, then you're going to challenge them to crawl through it and step over it and get around it without touching anything. And it's really kind of fun. They get a good kick out of that. It stays for a few days. And then when you get tired of it, just go get your scissors out and clip it all down and throw it in the trash. If you don't want to set them loose with yarn to create that kind of jungle gym, what about grabbing some of that blue painter's tape and taping off on the floor car tracks? So you can make like a little garage, you can make a parking garage, you can just do roads, and you could put other things that if you have a little house, or you could put things along the way. But if you set down that blue tape, it gives them a canvas to be able to run through with their little Matchbox cars. You could also use that to set up a route to be like marching, and you could march around. You could sing some songs about Jericho. You could get out musical instruments and you could practice marching and singing songs on that blue tape. You could also set up a hopscotch court. I'm not sure what they call it, a hopscotch game on the floor with the blue tape. And then I know we're out of season for this, but another thing I do outside in the summer is, or when the weather's warm enough, you can do chalk, sidewalk chalk, and set up those hopscotch courses, that type of thing. If I'm outside, another thing that's fun is to grab those empty squirt bottles, fill them with just water, and let them draw with a squirt bottle of water out on your cement, or hang a sheet where they can spray it. And then, it's just fun to sit there and spray and spray and spray. And if it's a dark sheet, they will be able to see the watermark getting darker. So they'll just spray like crazy and sit there and practice their little hand muscles, gross motor skills of spraying. Then when you're done, just let it dry. Keep it hanging out till it dries, and then bring it in, fold it up, put it away. Don't even worry about washing it, because all it had on it was water. I always like to keep a lot of craft supplies on hand, because it may not be something like official, like you might see in a magazine, but we can be creative, and there's all sorts of fun things you can come up with if you just let them loose with some random craft supplies and say, what can you do with this? Also, forts. Do you guys make forts out of couch cushions? I highly suggest forts. A couple years ago, we actually bought a set of nuggets, which are like couch cushions without the couch. Those are really fun. And fort making with the nuggets and a few sheets, that can be pretty fun. Then go inside and read books or have quiet time in there. Leading me to the idea of quiet contests. Now, quiet contests are amazing because you can do them in the car, you can do them in your room, you can do them at the dinner table. Anytime that you might want to just see how long you can go, just call it out. Quiet contests starting now. and then wait. And then each person will give up at a certain amount of time. I know that. And the younger they are, the sooner they usually give up. But it's really good to practice those muscles of just keeping our tongue quiet. And so we use that quiet contest when needed. Like literally, I think one of the biggest challenges of motherhood and a huge goal is to simply stay a step ahead. Just always be thinking. I'm always thinking, what can I do to keep little hands busy and little mouths busy and directing in the right way? Literally make things up. They don't know that you just made it up. Like this could be the most amazing game in the world. And they don't know you just thought of it. And if it doesn't work out, hey, that's okay. It just might. In this beautiful fall weather, make sure you're out raking up the leaves. Oh, we had the most fun at my house. I just posted a reel on Instagram. We did some leaf raking, which led into leaf throwing and just jumping. And then my son and my grandkids decided they were going to fill the little kiddie pool with leaves and put it into the little house up on the top of the swing set. So they have this horizontal swimming pool, kiddie swimming pool filled with leaves, and they get it up the slide. And then they're trying to figure out how to get it to fit inside the little house up at the top of the slide. We had the best time laughing as they were trying to work this out in their minds, how it was going to fit. And they did eventually get it in the top of this house. I couldn't believe it. I didn't think they could do it. It was so much fun. Take some time to stop and look at the clouds. Look at the shapes. What do they remind you of? Can you imagine things? And talk about what they think heaven might be like. Who lives there? Do they have any questions about God? Another way to send them outside you could be there or you could just send them out. Sometimes I'll be in the house and I'll just say, hey, go outside and I want you to run around the house 4 times. Or, okay, ready? Everybody's going to go outside and we're going to see if you can touch every tree in the yard 1 time. Ready, set, go. This is what happened the other night. I was talking to this mom and we wanted a few minutes to just chat without the constant interruption. And so I spied something way far on the other side of the yard. And I told her little one, do you see that over there? Okay, you see it? All right. Now I want you to go and touch it. Give it a high five to that tree, or give a high five to that other person over there, or touch the bumper of the car, whatever it is. And after you do that, I want you to come back and give me a high five. Do you think you can do that? And he was like, yeah. So I said, okay, go. And you can do that once. Go do 1 high five and then come back. Or you can decide you're going to time it and do more. It's unending. So really, moms, there are so many ways to keep our little ones busy. And, if you can't think of something at the moment, take a minute and pray. Because you know what? Our God in heaven is the most creative that there is. And he gives us creativity. So if you're struggling to think of something, just ask him. He wants to provide for you. He wants to give you time. He wants to give you peace. Remember, the exact amount of hours are in our days, and the exact children are in our lives for a purpose. Be encouraged today. You got this. You were made to mother. Thanks for joining me. I hope you heard something that's of benefit to you as you invest in your home and family. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast because I'll be back later this week to introduce you to some of my friends and hear their incredible stories of faith. Until then, why don't you connect with me over on Instagram or Facebook? You'll find me at Tending Fields. And if you'd like to be part of the Tending Fields community, check out the show notes where I'll have links to join my email list and the Moms group on Facebook. Thanks for being here. I look forward to getting to know you.